Why, hello everyone, my name is Anthony Walker and this is the Wrestling Matters Podcast Special Edition. That's right, I ain't done one of these in a while, so I'm going to do one right now. That's right, it is EPW Specials. That's right, the EPW Specials are back. I want to do a podcast right now on a one in Ripon. Yes, I have a creaky chair, but that's just the way it is. This took place April 27th, 2014, and from what it seems to be the last time that we'll ever hear that, well, at least that I'll ever hear that goofball of a ring announcer, but that's another story for another day. We're going to kick off this podcast with the Masked Destroyer against Highland Fury. That's right, that was the first match. Now, good match from what I saw, good match to start off. Chain wrestling to begin the match. Destroyer getting the advantage, but to me, it's all even. It was an all even affair. Yes, there was parts of that where the Destroyer got the advantage, but Highland Fury kept up with him and made sure that that it was an even contest at the moment. Highland Fury eventually goes outside the ring and chases the Masked Destroyer. Masked Destroyer got thrown outside the ring, chases him around the ring, makes one mistake, and he made the cardinal mistake, really, that we all know. It's probably the oldest trick in the book, where you chase the opponent slides in the ring, you slide in, and he jumps on you and starts attacking you. That's what happened there. Adam Christ, who was in the corner of the Masked Destroyer, running around the ring, shooting his mouth off. And I thought Prince Amin had a big mouth. Holy moly. God, this guy was annoying. Anyway, advantage went to the Masked Man, proving that he was one step ahead of Highland Fury. Yeah, he was in firm control, testing the referee's patience. The Masked Man seemed to have a game plan. From what I saw, that he was working on body parts, first the leg, then the arm, getting the ref's attention, getting Adam Christ involved behind the ref's back, but that was the story of this match from what I saw, that the Masked Man, the Masked Destroyer, went to work on the body parts of Highland Fury, mainly the leg, and then eventually going to the arm, which I'll get to in a second. Highland Fury managed to get advantage back and hits 3 suplexes, which was the triple vertical, Eddie Guerrero triple vertical thing. The Masked Man throws Highland Fury outside. Christ gets his blows in. The ring announcer doing his usual annoying, but no one cared. That was probably my favourite moment of the match. He's shouting cheat, and nobody seemed to listen to him. I wish they'd do that all the time. Absolute goofball he is. Like I say, he's a nice guy in person when you talk to him, but when it comes to this, God, he's annoying. And like I said, I'm not just the only one who thinks this as well. I've talked to a few other people about this as well, and they agree with me. I don't know what he's there to do. Chris said he's there to put people over and all that. I wouldn't want him doing that if I was wrestling, that's for sure. Anyway, the Masked Man began to toy with Highland Fury. Hits a beautiful DDT, nicely executed DDT, and gets a near fall out of it. Highland Fury gets the advantage back and manages to hit a beautiful power slam. And then, but that the advantage didn't last long because the Masked Man hit Highland with a low blow to get the advantage back. Again, still, Masked Man testing the referee's patience. Christ being annoying. Highland Fury gets thrown outside and Christ gets his cheap shots in again. Masked Man in control, getting near fall after near fall, and he eventually ends up missing the top rope splash. Masked Man eventually gets the advantage back again thanks to a little help from Adam Christ. That's right, Adam Christ sticking his big beak in where it didn't belong, which is basically what he tried to do. The moral of it was the Masked Man was doing anything he can to get a victory. Christ tried to help but backfired a little bit, and then a miscommunication between the Masked Man and Adam Christ, which was Adam Christ getting back on the ring apron, grabbing out of Highland Fury. The Masked Man, Masked Destroyer goes to attack Highland Fury. Highland Fury moves, hits Adam Christ, and then Masked Man sees what he's done, turns around, gets a spear, and then Highland Fury gets the 1, 2, 3 and gets the victory, which was, like I said, pretty good match. Could have done without Adam Christ, but it's what it is. The next match was Mark Anthony and Power Dragon. This match to me was at some point, most of this match actually, because this was a short match. This match to me was basically based on chain wrestling, a game of one-upmanship, if you will. Like I said, chain wrestling to start the match, feeling out process, which Mark won in a way by Power Dragon leaving the ring to get a breather. Power Dragon slowing the momentum down a little bit, and Mark in control early on. Yes, the ring announcer was being a retard in this match also. Nothing new there. Chain wrestling again. This time Power Dragon evens the odds, and then he goes 2-1 up in this game of one-upmanship. Mark then evens the score, and scores a hip toss and a clothesline in the process. Again, Power Dragon ended up going outside the ring. As they get back in the ring, Mark Anthony attempts to do a sharpshooter on Power Dragon, but Power Dragon breaks that by sticking a finger in the eye of Mark Anthony. Power Dragon then throws Mark outside and body slams him on the floor. And puts a beat down on him on the outside, and eventually get back in the ring. And Power Dragon does his trademark leg drop, top rope leg drop, which he executes to perfection, but only gets a 2 count from it. And then at the end, Mark Anthony gets a sharpshooter on Power Dragon. The Master Destroyer provides a distraction, allowing Power Dragon to get a roll up for the 1, 2, 3. Now, like I said, not much went down in this match. Those were the points that I got, and yeah, it was so nice that Power Dragon beat Mark Anthony twice, because he beat him in the previous day as well, April 26th, which I believe was in Hartlepool, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong. I probably am wrong. No, it wasn't in Hartlepool. I'll have to check that. But be that as it may, so nice he beat him twice. The next match saw Rampage Brown versus Micky Flynn. Rampage had Vixen in his corner. Poor cow. Micky trying to match power with Rampage, but failing big time. Trying to match power with him earlier on. Chain wrestling, which Micky gets the better of, and gets an advantage from it. Rampage took a turn himself to try and ground Micky, but not for long. Rampage using some tactics and trying to get the ref in his pocket. Didn't work. One mistake by Micky gave Rampage an advantage. Back. Rampage using his power to control Micky. Micky tries to mount a comeback, but he spent too much time worrying about what the fans for. He was playing to the fans, trying to worry about what they were thinking, instead of focusing on his opponent. And as he tried to do that, he bounces off the ropes and runs right into a boot from Rampage Brown. And yes, surprise, surprise, Rampage caused a distraction from the referee to allow Vixen to get her blows in. Rampage maintains the advantage on Micky, controls him, uses his experience, a few dirty tactics on the way, but whatever it was working. And yeah, Micky couldn't seem powerless to do anything about it. Micky again tries to mount a comeback, but walks right into another boot to the face. Don't want too many of them, believe me. Vixen tries to get involved, but ends up getting a drop toe hold and landing right in Rampage's, well, between Rampage's legs, while Rampage was in the corner like Raven, if you could say that, like Raven in the corner. He tries to get it. Micky was facing him, and then turns around, sees Vixen. Vixen goes to attack him, and then holds her right into Rampage, down in the Rampage family jewels, I suppose you could say. Like I say, see the videos will be in the description on YouTube. Micky then gets Rampage up and hits a perfect plex, suplex, fisherman's suplex, and gets a near fall out of it. Micky has Rampage, if he was going to hit him with a tiger suplex. Rampage suplex him, like it was one of the tiger suplexes, or yeah, I think it's a tiger suplex. He grabs out of him, like if he's grabbing out of somebody, like he was going to hit him, like if somebody else was going to hit him. Didn't work though, because Rampage stood on his foot, hits the Impaler DT, and gets a win. And then after the match, Rampage and Vixen got into an argument while leaving. I don't think it was serious or anything, but they just had this little argument while they were leaving the ring. I don't know why Rampage won the match, but I suppose that's the story of Vixen's EPW career, from my view anyway. The next match saw the Master Destroyers and Adam Christ versus Mark Anthony and Highland Fury. This is 3-on-2. That means the other Master Destroyer as well, Master Destroyer 2, was involved, which is, I believe, called Wreckage. And yeah, it just ended up going into a match, a 3-on-2 handicap match, which was, I believe, was a special challenge match. I don't know, this was probably booked during the show or something. Special bonus match, if you will. Adam Christ being very reluctant to start the match versus Mark Anthony. Yeah, he spent more time for the first, I'd say, 5 minutes of the match. From what I saw, he was walking around the ring a lot and running his mouth off. Everybody was getting on him, his case, but he eventually got back in the ring. Chain wrestling to start the match, which Mark won. Christ does a kip up. Yeah, Adam Christ did one of them kip ups as Mark got the advantage. He does a kip up, but as he did the kip up kind of thing, bounced off the ropes, runs into Mark's shoulder, does a kip up, and then Mark just punches him right in the mouth, which was hilarious. And Mark then put a beating on him in the corner, only for the referee to come in and break it up. Christ made a lot of errors in this match as well early on to allow Mark to get the advantage. The more he was trying to get back in, the more that he was trying to get back involved and trying to get back in and, mount some offense, he'd make mistakes to allow Mark to get back in. You'll see if you see it on the video. Very weird, but Mark and Highland using basic tag team wrestling to keep the Master Destroyer in the corner. Yep, the Master Destroyer eventually got tagged in, but Highland Fury and Mark Anthony kept him at bay for a brief while. Then it just broke down. The three-man team using tactics on Mark Anthony, which allowed that to happen. The referee distracting and the other two beating down Mark Anthony, quite frankly. And then the Highland Fury just said the hell with it and got in there. And then it basically all kicked off and control was brought to a halt for the time being, not let it get out of control. And then the three-man team took advantage of that and kept Mark Anthony in a lot of trouble. He was on the receiving end of some beatings and some great tag team wrestling as well from the three-man team. The Master Destroyers and Adam Christ in complete control of Mark Anthony and Highland Fury's team, getting near fall and tagging in and out. Again, basic tag team wrestling, so all you can do in this match. Mark catches Adam Christ with a spine buster and slams him to the ground. It looked like a spine buster from what I saw, and tags in Highland Fury. And as that happened, Mark Anthony hits a pedigree, which I believe is his finishing move, and Highland hits a spear, and they get the 1-2-3. It was a double pin, 1-2-3. Not much happened in this match, which was quite disappointing, but a good little handicap match. It would have been better if it was it would have probably been better if it was a 6-man, but yeah, it was not a bad little handicap match as well to add to the show. I liked it. Now time for the Royal Rumble. That's right, the Royal Rumble, as they always do in EPW, they always finish off with a Royal Rumble, which had in 10 contestants. Mark Anthony was in. The Master Destroyer tag team, 1 and 2. Wreckage was in there as well. Master Destroyer 1, Master Destroyer 2 with Wreckage. Highland Fury, Power Dragon, Sam Wilson was in there. Charlie Offer. Now, if that's wrong, Charlie, I apologise if you're hearing this. I didn't quite get your last name. All I heard was Charlie. That's why we have an idiot. That's why you guys in EPW have an idiot for a ring announcer at least. Well, from this show anyway. Couldn't hear him very well, so it sounded like Charlie Offer, but if that was wrong, I apologise. But I just Charlie anyway, that's what I got. Adam Christ was in, Rampage Brown and Micky Finn. Master Destroyer was eliminated by Mark Anthony. Highland Fury was eliminated by Power Dragon. Master Destroyer 2 Wreckage was also eliminated by Power Dragon. Mark Anthony was eliminated by Power Dragon. Sam Wilson was eliminated by Power Dragon. Charlie was also eliminated by Power Dragon. Blooming heck. Power Dragon eventually got eliminated by Adam Christ. Adam Christ eventually got eliminated by Rampage Brown, which was kind of weird because Micky had the advantage. Rampage was on the outside. Adam was on the outside on the ring apron, holding Micky back. Rampage goes to hit him. Rampage hits Micky instead. Rampage hits Adam Christ instead. Excuse me, it's a lot to say. And then goes over the top rope and takes Adam Christ with him. Quite frankly, so it was basically one of them hits. Rampage went to hit Micky Finn. Micky ducks and hits Adam Christ and goes over the top rope, and then all hell breaks loose, And Micky ends up being the winner of the show, of the Rumble. And yeah, it was a good show. Not a bad show. Not bad for what it was. It's a shame Sam Wilson and Charlie couldn't get any time on, but I'm pretty sure they weren't in it or anything like that. But yeah, other than that, it was a good show all around. And that's it for this episode and this special edition of the podcast. Hope you've enjoyed it. There will be more of these on the horizon as well. I've got 2 more on the way from Sheldon, I believe, and which took place June 13th, and from County Durham as well. So listen out for them. Keep supporting the podcast on Stitcher Radio, Podomatic, YouTube, iTunes, and anywhere else that can have it basically. But it's them 5 at the moment. All the information will be in the description. Follow the Twitter sites as well that I've left in the description as well. You need to follow them, and you need to follow my stuff as well. And follow the podcast, support the podcast, and until next time, thank you so much. Goodbye. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Anthony Walker, the host of the Wrestling Matters podcast, and you can now check out the Wrestling Matters podcast on youtube.com/HAW Wrestling Matters. You can now go to Podomatic.com, iTunes, and now also you can go to a new one. That's right, a new site, Stitcher Radio. That's right, we're on Stitcher Radio right now. I'm on Stitcher Radio right now, and you could be too. Get yourself on there, download their app, the Stitcher Radio app, or the Stitcher app, whatever it is. Make sure you download their app, and you can listen to it on your phone anywhere you want, at any time you want, at any place you want. That's the Wrestling Matters podcast now on YouTube, iTunes, Podomatic, and Stitcher Radio. Wrestling Matters, wrestling fans.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. Are you ready?
It is Sunday, and you're listening to the Sunday Segway Wrestling Podcast.
Give me a hell yeah! Get some Ooh, yeah!
With Kenny Killer.
Hey, yo! We're in the big D tonight, baby! And we are live! Woo!
I'm the Goddamn Sugar Shoe.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be! Cause that's the bottom line! The Stone Cold Sensor.
Download the Sunday Segway Wrestling Podcast now at iTunes.